Barra News. Vinicius vs Dembele, comparing the two-star wingers of La Liga so far this season. Barcelona's strong start to the season, coupled with their excellent summer transfer window, has led to the return of the good old parallels between the Catalans and their arch-rivals Real Madrid, both of who are expected to fight for the title this season. The newly formed rivalry between Robert Lewandowski and Karim Benzema has already been well documented. But another rivalry taking shape in recent weeks is Ousmane Dembele and Vinicius Jr., especially in light of the latter's return to prominence. Dembele has been heavily involved in Barca's attacking play in recent weeks, notably racking up 1 goal and 4 assists in 5 competitive matches. Vinicius, on the other hand, has registered 5 goals and 2 assists in his last 7 competitive games. Here, at Barca Universal, we will take a deep dive into the numbers of Vinicius and Dembele so far this season. Dribbling/progression. One of the main elements that demarcates a winger is the ability to carry the ball around in the final third and make life difficult for the opposition defenders. Between the two, Vinicius, 6.05 per 90, has attempted a slightly more dribbles than Dembele, 5.29 per 90, so far this season. But the two of them have a similar success rate around 34%, though Vinicius does average over 2 completed dribbles per game. Vinicius also trumps Dembele when it comes to progressive carriers, with the Real Madrid forward carrying the ball forward by at least 5 yards, almost 14 times per 90, which is higher than Dembele's 11.8. While dribbling and progression are an essential part of a winger's game, chance creation is another key aspect. One would expect Dembele to dominate this field, as the Frenchman has proven to be an excellent source of creativity since the turn of the year. Even in the current season so far, Dembele is averaging 0.59 assists per 90, compared to Vinicius' 0.26. He has also registered a higher XA metric, which judges the cumulative XG of passes that leads to a shot, of 0.32, higher than Vinicius' 0.24. There is another massive disparity when it comes to assists minus XA ratio, with Dembele registering an impressive 0.24, compared to Vinicius' meager 0.03. The Brazilian, though, is ahead when it comes to crosses. He has registered 0.53 crosses that go into the 18-yard box, which is almost double of Dembele's 0.29. But the Frenchman once again trumps, when it comes to progressive passes. He has averaged 5 progressive per 90 this season, which is indicative of his ability to not only carry the ball but also distribute possession to areas that often go in between the opposition lines. Shots/goals/conversion. Finally, after dribbling and chance creation, we go into the shooting metrics. It is an area where Vinicius is expected to dominate, as the Brazilian is a far better scorer of the two and has recently established himself as one of the main sources of productivity for Real Madrid. Unsurprisingly, Vinicius has a considerably higher shots on target percentage, 41%, compared to Dembele, 31%, even though the wingers have attempted almost the same number of shots on goal per 90. Vinicius has a higher scoring accuracy as well, with the forward racking up a goal/shot ratio of 0.18, which is 3 times higher than Dembele. However, a key piece of statistic between the two forwards when it comes to shooting numbers is the average distance of their shots. Dembele has averaged his shots at a distance of around 17 yards, which is higher than Vinicius' 14. This statistic highlights the style of play and the roles of these forwards in their respective matches. While Dembele is mostly a winger who shuffles in wider areas and contributes to chance creation, Vinicius is a lot more versatile operator, who likes to get into the penalty area, more often than not. The Real Madrid superstar, though, has far better numbers overall and has proven to be a lot more effective for Los Blancos. However, Dembele's link-up with the likes of Robert Lewandowski and Ansu Fati are improving with each passing game as well, so it will be interesting to see who comes out on top at the end of the season. The players who play on the wing positions are usually the fan favorite and the heart of the team. These players are the ones who can win a match by their skills and talents. Two such young players who play for rival clubs are often in the news for their miracles. Vinicius Jr., who started his journey in Real Madrid, is now the second most important player in attack after Karim Benzema. The second position is the place which was held by Benzema for a long time during the time of Cristiano Ronaldo. The fans today see Vinicius Jr. as the perfect replacement for Ronaldo, as he has started to show the same level of enthusiasm and hunger for scoring goals that Cristiano had in him. Just like their rivals, FC Barcelona was also looking for a replacement for Neymar Jr., who moved to PSG. The club found his replacement in the Dortmund winger Ousmane Dembele, who was highly talented and promising. It was an expensive signing, for Barcelona had to spend $118 million on his signing, which is one of the reasons why the club went bankrupt later. The player did impress the fans of Barcelona, but unfortunately spent more of his time in the hospital than on the pitch itself. There has been no season since he arrived in Spain where he did not get injured. In the current season of La Liga 2022-23, Dembele is showing great will and skill to help his team reach the heights that he was destined for. Injuries might bring Dembele down, but he never stayed on the ground and has always tried to bounce back in the best way possible. The players who play on the wing positions do not get to eat the cherry from the cake always, and sometimes it affects their stats. Real Madrid was unstoppable in the last season as they won both the La Liga and the Champions League in the same season. It would not have been possible without the help of the Brazilian wunderkind Vinicius Jr. While Dembele could not do much to help his team in the last few seasons, he is looking pretty sharp for the current 2022-23 season. It's clear that Vinicius is much ahead of Dembele and has been a star the last season. The stats of these two young individuals can change in the future as they both are quite young and have a lot to achieve in future. Vinicius enjoyed great glory in the previous season with Real Madrid as he helped them win the La Liga, the Champions League and the UEFA Super Cup. These are titles in which there is his major contribution and he needs to get the credit he deserves. On the other hand, Dembele also has a few titles he won during his time at Barcelona. One thing that we should note here is that for everything that Dembele has won in La Liga, Vinicius has won more despite being 3 years younger than him. It is easy to say that Vinicius Jr. is the clear winner. The France winger Dembele has a lot to catch up with his country. In all his career since 2016, he has only scored 4 goals and 1 assist, while none of them came during a World Cup or the Euro. The selection of Dembele for the upcoming World Cup is also a question. The recent performances may help him get a place in the team as France can make good use of Dembele to defend the World Cup title that they hold. The young Brazilian national has achieved more for his country, especially in the youth team, U20, U17 and U15. The player won the South American Championship twice with the youth squad and was the highest scorer for them in 2017. Vini is expected to make more appearances for them as he is starting to form good chemistry with his Brazilian teammates. The Brazil national team is looking very sharp with several young talents ready to play for their country. The upcoming World Cup 2022 Qatar will be a big competition for Brazil to prove their dominance once again to the world. Recently in 2021, Dembele got married, and after that, his career is just getting better day by day. He is a practicing Muslim and lives a very private life away from the chaos. Vinicius is comparatively younger and is on the path to making himself better. Vini Jr. loves to watch basketball and travel. When he is not doing either of the two, he is working on himself to be among the best, since he has huge responsibilities on his shoulders to steer Real Madrid to more glories. Copa São Paulo de Futebol Jr. Best Left Winger, 2017. South American 17 Championship Best Player, 2017. UEFA Champions League Team of the Season, 2021-22. UEFA Champions League Young Player of the Season, 2021-22. La Liga Team of the Season, 2021.